It's been ages since Suma, Makio, and Hinatsuru has seen Tengen take care of himself like this, with all the demon slaying and his duties as a Hashira, so they didn't mention that he's spent 30 minutes longer washing up when he usually does. Their hard-working husband had been all hyped up this evening, seemingly excited for his so-called date with this yin person, and telling them that it was the first time ever he's been on a date, and how different Yin is, how he just wants to make a good impression. For the three of them, though, being his ever-loving and devoted wives, have chosen to push their hidden jealousy even further down in favor of supporting him. Of course, they got jealousy. Of course, Suma, Hinatsuru, and Makio already agreed with the idea of wanting to court Yin. However, it was still an issue that it would be taking place at a brothel. The sheer thought of having their strong, tall, and attractive husband in the profound place full of, beauties was nerve-wracking, to say the least. But the three had their absolute trust in their husband, after all. Whoever this Yin girl is, they could only hope she's worth the trouble. And from what Tengen had told them, she sounded awkward and shy, and had the appearance of the Koji, which appeared was like a creepy girl with long hair covering her face, and the mental image had spooked Suma so much. But Tengen had reassured them that Yin was far prettier than a scary ghost story, and kind, and seemed to have been enchanted by Tengen's looks and flirtatious charms, which was understandable considering it's not hard to fall for Tengen Uzui, with his effortlessly handsome looks, silver locks, and gorgeous fuchsia eyes, hidden by thick lashes. Any woman, or even men, could be crushing on him. 28, 29, and 30? Makio says, sitting the brush down after she finished brushing her husband's hair, before running the comb over and cleaning up any tangles. Meanwhile, carefully, Hinatsuru repeats the signature red spot design over his eye. Once finished, she pulled away to admire her work. Handsome boy, she teases with a smirk. I know beauty is something one is blessed with. It cannot be achieved. I say otherwise. He releases an extraordinating sigh, making Hinatsuru roll her eyes. Such wise words. Did you come up with that by yourself? Hinatsuru countered his playfulness. I can't help I'm so flamboyantly handsome. But I'm not as beautiful as my lovely wives. He smirks before pulling her closer and gave her a quick, passionate kiss on her lips, only to have a grunt come from Makio, who gave him a slight tug on the hair. Easy there, Casanova. We're trying to prepare you for your so-called date. So now's not the time for formalities, Makio scolds. And stop moving. I can't do your hair if you do, or else you'll be fuming over it. She glared at him. But you're taking so long. He drew out his words a bit, in a complaining whine, and pouted like a child. Makio ignores him and finishes combing his hair. There, I'm done, she says. Thanks, sweetheart. You're the best. 10, it's here, came Suma's enthusiastic voice as she entered the room, holding a box wrapped in red paper. It's Hanabuna's threads, she added, handing it to him. All right, it's my Yakuta from Inuo, Tengen says, clearly excited to see what Inuo made up for him, and headed towards the changing room. A few minutes later, Tengen emerged from the changing room. How do I look? He asked, Suma, Hinatsu, and Makio's jaws dropped at the sight of their husband wearing a beautiful dark purple yakuta with floral patterns. Gods, he looks beautiful. It's insane. He was extravagating looking at them, almost anxious waiting for what they would say. Tonight was really serious, and while nearly angered his wives to send on a date to a brothel when they knew he was going to see Yin, he really needed their reassurance. You look gorgeous, Ten. Yin is going to love you, Suma says. I mean, how could you not? How could anyone? You really think so? Tengen grins while arching a brow. Suma, Makio, and Hinatsuru can't believe how he didn't have any comprehensive ideas about the effect he had on women in general, especially right now looking, oh God, breathtakingly beautiful. Yes, we do, you idiot, Makio grumbles, blushing. Indeed, Inu has really outdone herself this time, Hinatsuru commented. Tengen breathes out, revealed that his outfit had turned out to be flashy nonetheless, and he made a mental note to thank and pay Inu handsomely. Okay, he gave a content smile as the three beautiful women started contemplating. God, I can't say that word today. Complimenting his looks. Tengen would either roll his eyes at the compliments with a hint of smile on his lips, or shake his head enthusiastically at them, knowing they were just teasing him at this point. A few times he had even broke out into laughter, unable to contain serious outbursts of outrageous remarks they came. You're like some exotic bird, Suma gestures. How'd you know birds of paradise were my favorite animal? He chuckles. Don't know. Lucky guess. Suma smirks after rolling her eyes. He laughed before pulling all three of them into a big bear hug. Suma, Makio, Hinatsuru could all smell the lovely freshness of his showered skin and the faint fabrics of lavender and vanilla. Thanks you guys for supporting me. I won't be gone for long, he says, softly and comfort them as the three women nuzzled their husband affectionately. He felt both Makio and Hinatsuru bury their faces against his neck, while Suma wrapped her arms around his waist. The three of them hugged him tight for a second before letting him go. Tengen pulled away to look into their eyes, his own eyes glancing at them with love and affection. No words needed to be said. Their love in their eyes said enough. Now go. You're going to be late for your date. They shooed him out the door.